Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Toolbox Tuesday. Today's topic, hand protection. Our hands are the most valuable and widely used tools in the workplace. Proper glove selection is essential in protecting these tools from on-the-job hazards. The wrong gloves risk injury to the worker and loss of productivity. According to Saskatchewan Workers' Compensation Board, over 20% of all claims between 2013 and 2017 are due to hand injuries in the workplace. Knowing which type of gloves work for the job task will greatly increase worker safety and productivity. It is important to remember that no single glove will provide protection in all applications or against every hazard or substance. During the glove selection process, identify key elements that are required to perform the job safely. Are the gloves properly sized for individual workers? Gloves that are too large will slide around on the hands, won't provide protection where it is needed, and could become caught in machinery or moving parts. Gloves that are too snug can decrease a worker's dexterity and may become so uncomfortable that workers will remove them. Will the worker be wearing the gloves for a few minutes at a time or all day? Well, the worker, comfort is important for ease of putting on and taking off might be a consideration for frequent short-term use. Is a secure grip vital to the application? When workers cannot grasp objects securely, especially those that are wet or oily, the objects may slide through their hands and result in injuries or damaged products. Is dexterity important? Is protection or dexterity the priority? Working at high speeds require having the dexterity and tactile sensitivity to handle small parts or objects quickly. Thinner gauge gloves offer more dexterity, while heavier gauge gloves offer greater hand protection. So thicker over the top gloves that go over thinner gloves or fingerless gloves might be a consideration for you. Are abrasions and punctures from sharp objects a problem? Well, according to WCB, yes. Over 40% of hand injury claims between 2013 and 2017 cuts and lacerations. Many gloves are designed to protect from slashes caused by objects, but few provide high levels of puncture resistance from objects such as the ragged edges of a piece of metal or glass. For cut-resistant gloves, depending on the level of hazard and the type of work environment, options can include stainless steel, Kevlar fabric, and other materials for lighter weight and cut resistance. Stainless steel mesh is what you'd see in for food contact, since it can be cleaned and sanitized easily. Will the gloves be required to offer protection from heat or cold temperatures? Insulated gloves should be selected to protect against extreme temperatures. Also consider how long the worker will be exposed to these temperatures. For heat resistant, many general purpose gloves will provide heat protection, especially gloves made with a woven padding or exterior. For extensive work with hot materials or for temperature extremes, as with foundry work, specialized gloves may be necessary to prevent burns. For instance, your leather glove, designed for welding or other general purposes. Welders' gloves have gauntlet cuffs that cover the worker's sleeves to prevent the trapping of the welding splatter. For cold resistance, you have many types of gloves will also provide protection against cold. But it's important to consider the type of work. Work in a freezer is quite different from work outside. Be sure to use waterproof gloves for any job where the worker's hands can get wet. For heavy work that can damage the gloves, be sure to have extra gloves available. Are chemical hazards present? Do the chemical hazards occur in liquid, gas, powder, or vapor form? Will workers' hands be subject to light splashes or total immersion? Chemical resistant gloves. These are gloves that are made, these gloves are made from many different materials and include different cuffs, lengths, and thickness. Be sure to choose your gloves based on the chemical resistance to the substance you will be using and the job conditions. Consult the safety data sheet for the chemical in use before the appropriate glove material is decided. Electrical insulating. These gloves are designed to protect qualified employees when working within the minimum safe approach distance of exposed energized conductors. Gloves must be tested for defects and removed from service when beyond their service life. Non-qualified workers should not attempt to work within minimum safe approach distance of live circuits. And that concludes our hand protection toolbox talk. If you'd like to know more, or you would like a more interactive session, contact Advisory Services to arrange a hand demonstration presentation for you and your crew. Thank you, and see you next Tuesday. Stay safe.